so this is a question, as you can imagine, you probably get a lot, and some people might have it here. What's the difference between a Facebook profile and a Facebook business page? People don't know already. There's two really distinct things. I call it a Facebook business page. It's also known as a fan page. That's what a lot of people in here already have, I'm sure. For the most part, we recommend keeping the updates separate. I mean, there's a lot of theory about 10% personal, 50% this, 8% this. There's no real formula. What you really are going for in all this is balance. We're going to talk a little bit more about what to post after I show you this. But really, the main issue, if you're doing updates on your Facebook personal profile, you miss out on all the stuff that's available to you on the business page. So why would you choose not to to have the market data, to have your listings on, to have your testimonials, to have your MLS search? Most people never even know that stuff exists. And then a lot of people who set up pages, like the example you saw earlier, never even install that stuff. But certainly, you want to make sure that you're doing, when you set up your page, the main things that we set up on there are have your testimonials. Because a lot of people, if they're researching you, that we said that was the number one thing they're doing, you want to make sure that they're getting third-party validation, so that they feel comfortable using you. Obviously, having MLS search and having your listings on there is important, and having opt-in forms. So when Lisa, in her testimonial, said that she runs an ad on Trulia and she directs them to her Facebook page, that's because she has forms in there that people can fill out. She gets an email right away. Now, one of the things that we've worked a lot with all our coaching clients on is if you receive a lead online from either your blog, your Facebook page, Trulia, ads, whatever it is, how long do you think realistically you have to follow up to capture that lead?
5 minutes.
An hour? Did somebody say an hour? Somebody said 5 minutes. It's pretty much 5 minutes. I mean, after 5 minutes, the chances of you, first of all, qualifying that lead and then capturing that lead go down dramatically. Because if somebody's online, they're filling something out, and if they don't hear back from you, they can easily move on to the next person. So we make sure that obviously you get email alerts when somebody does, request information via your Facebook page. That's a little coaching tip for you. So no matter if it's Facebook or anything, if you don't have a system in place, at least an autoresponder or somebody to follow up with that lead, then you're most likely going to lose them. Okay, so this is Lisa, who wrote the testimonial earlier. This is her personal page. People probably recognize it. She's got her vacation pictures. She's talking about, this is old, so she's talking about her New Year's resolutions and that type of thing. She never posts anything about real estate on her personal page. And surprisingly, you might be surprised to discover this, she rarely posts about the real estate on her business page, which you're going to see in a second. A lot of people think that is. It goes against everything you might think. Because most people aren't going on Facebook to hear about what's going on in the real estate market. I mean, that's just sad. We wish they were waking up every day. I can't wait to go online and see what the latest market data is or what the latest listings are. They're just not doing that. So, and Lisa has been one of the most successful agents on Facebook of all the pages that I built, and I built at least 100, 150 at this point. Half of them never even use it after it's set up. And then 25% maybe go down the path that Lisa has gone down. I'll show you more about why she's so successful. So this is her business page. It's a little bit outdated now, honestly. I built this one about 6 months ago. And the ones like Joanna, you saw hers earlier. Hers is a little more cleaner, looks a little nicer. But really the theory when setting up your page is that you want to have it all customized and professional. You can see why people might think she's been in the business a long time. She looks very professional. When somebody comes here, the first thing that they see on her page is a testimonial. And automatically, is unconsciously verifying her credibility. And then people can click here to search for homes on the MLS. She has her bio down here, testimonials, well-known real estate articles. She does, give people the option to read about real estate if they want, of course, and then search for homes. So those are the things she has integrated. Some agents have all different things there. It's completely customizable. But for the most part, if you're trying to manage your online reputation, you want it to look professional. You want to have testimonials on there. You want to give people the option, to do what they will on the page. And we'll talk a little bit more about what she actually posts and broadcasts in the world. So again, first step, get the page set up correctly. Here's some just examples of the lead generation forms that we build into the pages. Okay, other tips. All of these, again, are from agents that we work with across the country. And this is probably the most important one. If you take anything from this, this presentation, besides me creating a page for you, this might be the most important thing. An agent called me up, so giddy, I didn't know what was going on. I thought I just sold a house for her, via Facebook or something. She said, she did this on her own. She said, I created a one sheet to put in my pre-listing packet. And it said, this is what it said. It said to this effect, you're going to be thrilled to know that I actually hired, and if you haven't hired somebody, that's fine. I've actually hired somebody to create me a professional business Facebook page. And when I get your listing, I'm going to promote it on there. I'm going to promote whenever we have an open house. I have, this many fans. This is my strategy. Well, and the people were like blown away because they'd never heard anybody come in and say, this is I've actually hired somebody to help me with this. And she got the listing. And she said the people couldn't stop talking about it, and they couldn't wait to go on the page and look at it. So, I don't even know if she sold the house or not. But if there's one thing that you can do to stand out, whether it's with a blog or with a Facebook page or with anything, is tell people about it. A lot of people, like I said, 50% of the pages I've set up, people never even use it, never even tell anybody about it. So that's the number 2 point, is if you do have a page, if you do get your page set up, you have to tell people about it. And you want to tell buyers and sellers about it, of course. So create something to put in your listing packet or marketing piece. Nobody else, most other agents aren't going to have anything like that. Feature your preferred vendors or referral partners. Same agent, she called me up, she said, I think I have an idea. I want to feature on my Facebook page every week a preferred vendor. So a mortgage loan officer, or a closing attorney, or an insurance guy, or a restoration specialist, or any of the people in her network that she works with. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Why? I mean, what's the thinking behind it? She's like, the more they see that I'm promoting them, the more they're going to promote me. And that's really our whole strategy. I thought that was so smart. That guy might be working with how many realtors, and she's the one that every couple of weeks is talking about what he's doing on Facebook. She's not talking about herself. She's talking about what other people are doing. So that's a great idea. If you do have a fan page, to do something like that as well. And obviously make sure they know about it. And I said to her, so that's a great idea. Ask them to do the same thing for you. I mean, then they're talking about it. There's a couple other ones here that we've already touched on. Diversify your lead sources. This is Chris Heller example. Drive traffic to your blog. Obviously, like those guys said, your blog integrates perfectly with Facebook and will drive traffic to it. They did talk a little bit about video. If you have a flip cam like we have here, if you have an iPhone, any of that stuff, you can easily upload video to YouTube and to a Facebook page. And they said that people watch video for 3 times longer. I've actually heard that it's 6 times longer than read copy. And what I would encourage people, not to steal their thunder, is to do a video blog or film a video and put it on your blog, because people are way more likely to watch video than they are to read a long blog post. So here's an example of Michelle, who's featuring her mortgage loan officer on Facebook.